Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Saturday and the markets are still consolidating after yesterday's dump. As you can see in my last video, I perfectly said that Bitcoin is getting rejected from this 106k level, this weekly pivot, and since then the price of Bitcoin dropped almost 3.5%. As you can see, if we measure it for the top, almost 4%. Basically, we dropped down to this value area low of this range that we were currently consolidating in, as you can see. And right now, it is currently the weekend, so do not expect so much of a price movement basically. But as you can see, yesterday we did bounce from this key level. Very key support, as you can see right here. So Bitcoin needs to hold above this value area high, as you can see right here. If we go on the daily, so you can see better, you can see after we lost this bigger range, basically the value area high of this range right here, then we dropped to the low of this value area low, and then we bounced back, moving back above, but then we got rejected once again. And since then the price has been dropping, creating new higher lows. Basically, I will show you what I mean right now. So after this first drop, you can see this is a high, and right here we have a higher low and another higher low, and now potentially if the price bounces from this POC level, if it gets rejected, then we get a fourth higher low, and then potentially the price will eventually break out of this consolidation, basically break down of this range if we lose that value area low and create another higher low basically. So it is very important that after the weekend, so basically when the new week starts, we see some kind of a move up and potentially break above that POC level right here in order for Bitcoin to move back to that value area high of this range, since it is very important that we reclaim the 106k level, which I also mentioned on my X account, guys. You can follow me there for more real-time analysis, since I only upload once a day in here, but on X I am more active. As you can see, I posted, if you're wondering why Bitcoin is dumping, rejection from the weekly pivot. If we do not reclaim 106k, prepare for lower prices. And as you can see, this is exactly what happened. We got rejected, we did not reclaim 106k, and right now we are getting these lower prices, as I said. So we need to see also some kind of a continuation from the stock market once it opens on Monday. Basically, the CME futures, they open around 1 day and 8 hours, so basically still they have more time until open. They will open as you can see after 1 day and 8 hours, but until then the altcoins and Bitcoin are doing not so well right now. As you can see, we need Bitcoin to hold basically this very key level, and the altcoins also. Ethereum, if you look at Ethereum right now, it is not looking very great. As you can see, if we go on the daily time frame, you can see our momentum waves, they are getting lower, and our RSI line almost touched that 20 line on the daily, but not exactly. So I am expecting, probably if we do not reclaim this value area low of the range, that price maybe struggle down here and eventually go down to test this previous second weekly pivot supports, or maybe even this previous range right here after our bigger pump, since as you can see our momentum waves are currently getting lower and our RSI is still clipping to the downside. It is possible that Ethereum will flip bullish right here, since we are yet to break out of this range. And as I mentioned in the previous videos, I am not expecting an actual breakdown of this range. I'm expecting it to keep that structure, maybe possible longer chop right here, but then at some point I'm expecting a breakout of this range right here, and then we can finally target the $3,000 region for Ethereum. But until then we need to be careful, since it is also possible if we do like this, you can see this is basically 1800 is the value area high of this previous consolidation right here before the breakout basically. So it is very possible once the price rejects from this level that it will retest basically this value area high of the previous range, and then we can see finally that push to the upside. So this is a very possible scenario right now if Bitcoin continues to dump, and if Bitcoin, guys, falls below 100k, basically if it loses this value area low and possibly goes down to 96k or even 90k, then the scenario for it will play out, in my opinion. The scenario that I mentioned, that we test down the previous range value area high of around 1800. We may not exactly test it to the dollar, we may front run it a bit, like almost to 2000, and then we can push, or maybe we even slice through it and go test that value area low for even lower price targets. As you know, it all depends on the price of Bitcoin. Also, Solana is currently below that POC, so we need to see some kind of reclaim for Solana for that POC, or maybe even we go down and bounce from this value area low right here, and then we can see that reclaim of the POC. Now, if we look at the open interest and the delta, you can see right now, as of yesterday's dump, we got a lot of long liquidations, guys. You can see right here, basically a lot of longs were liquidated, and right now in this dump you can see our open interest rose very much, and our CVD got down. So basically a lot of sellers are right now opening right here. So you need to be very careful during the weekend, since during the weekends it's possible that we take both sides. So first we grab the liquidity on top, and then as you can see, price drops down to grab these late longs that have entered right here at the stops. So very careful during the weekend, because it is very possible, as you see right now, that we get manipulation like this. Also on the liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, as I previously mentioned, we are going to take out this liquidity, and as you can see, we perfectly took out this liquidity, and right now we're just consolidating, waiting for that next move to happen. And so basically it is possible that we have another push to the downside to take out the remaining of this liquidity, and once we do, then it is possible that we can go back for the liquidity at the all-time highs, guys. But as of right now, I'm still expecting some kind of a bigger retracement to possibly 96k if we lose this level, as I mentioned. Also, the fear and greed index, we are just one step above the fear zone. As you can see, as I said, we do not stay long in that neutral zone, so it was basically up or down only, and my expectation was that the price will pump and we will get back above into that greed zone. But as you can see right now, the price is dumping and is scaring everybody. Even though Bitcoin is still above 100k, we are getting in that fear zone. A bit funny if you ask me. So basically everybody is fearful when Bitcoin is well above 100k, but this is how the markets react. So basically you can see, if we look at the long versus shorts ratio, guys, very little selling buying power. You can see we only got 47 of around 45% to 47 on the major exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and we got 45%, 42%, basically a lot of selling pressure right now. So as I mentioned, this right here, the delta going down and the open interest going up indicates that a lot of sellers, a lot of short positions are opening right here, and you can basically confirm this by looking at the exchange trades versus long share ratio. So as you can see, my information is correct. We do have more shorts, more sales in the markets as of right now, even though the funding fees for Bitcoin are still positive. So this tells me that probably we are going to get a bounce pretty soon maybe at the beginning of next month or something like this, or at the beginning of next week. So this will be it for today's weekend update. I hope you liked the video, subscribe for the channel, and I'll see you again tomorrow in the next one. Bye.